So congratulations, you just got engaged and now it's time to plan the wedding. What's the first thing you should do? Get vendors, get a venue, go ahead and figure out the guest list? No, none of that. The very first thing that you should do is plan the logistics. Let me explain. I've been a professional photographer for over the last 15 years and I'm continuing my series on Tuesday Tips, providing both vendors and photographers and clients some of the best tips that I've learned in those 15 years in order to provide you with the best possible experience. Now, what do I mean when I say logistics? Well, it's really talking about your timeline, the ebb and flow of the day, how things are going to happen, where people are going to be. And it sounds like a lot, but it really isn't if you start simple. The very first thing that you're always going to want to do is figure out what time the sun is going to set. Now, that's photographer selfish, but at the same time, it's going to hinge a lot on your day because any photographer is going to want to be able to take that golden light, beautiful sunset time of photos and be able to plan for it. But more the reason to plan for it is so that it doesn't overlap with other things that are going on, whether it's dinner or whether it's something else that's happening at your wedding. You don't want to create this overlap where you're missing great photos because you're trying to get this event in or vice versa. After you get that done, you're going to want to figure out what time the food is going to be served. And the reason for that is simple. You don't want your food to get overcooked. You want to have good timing with your kitchen, with your caterer, so that they can bring out fresh food exactly as you had planned to all of your guests. And then the final one, the milestone that you want to plan for logistics, is going to be the time of the ceremony. Generally speaking, you want to work the ceremony time a few hours before when that reception happens and not overlap with any other part of the day, with their sunset or anything else that's happening. The three major pieces that we just talked about, these are the milestones, and you can anchor in everything else once you have those in place. I'm oversimplifying, but generally speaking, you don't need a ton of time between the ceremony and the reception. You don't need a ton of time for your sunset pictures, but now you can be able to start putting in the smaller details. When are we going to take pictures with the wedding party? When are we going to do our family pictures? What time do I need to get up so I can get hair and makeup going? What time does the DJ start playing music if we're going to have a dance? Or what other celebrations are we going to have? When you have the logistics plotted out as those three major milestones, the rest of your schedule gets built. Now, what I'm going to do as a photographer is going to be staying in my lane. Anybody who's a wedding planner or anybody who does day of coordination, I'm staying in my lane. Really good wedding planning and coordination cannot be replaced. But a lot of times it does come to your photographer to really help plot out when is the best time for all these elements to happen. Now, you're going to want to talk to each of your vendors separately. This includes your planners, this includes your DJs, this includes your catering, this includes everything else for hair and makeup and throughout the day. Get their opinions based on everything else and kind of create a schedule. But the starting point, three major milestones: dinner, sunset, and that ceremony time. Once you get that anchored in, everything else can fall in place and you can have a really amazing schedule.